Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the YouTube channel. If this is your first time tuning in, just give you a formal introduction to myself. My name is Joe, and this series is about documenting the journey for me and my business partner in building our own direct response brand, right, within e-commerce. So let's get into things. By the way, hopefully this mic is good. This is the first time. I bought this mic literally several months ago at the start of the year. I was just too lazy to try and figure out how to hook it up until I realized that it's not that hard at all. But this is gonna be my first time using it, so hopefully the audio is good, if not better. But we'll fucking have a see when I go edit this. Hopefully it's not a fucking piece of shit and I have to redo this whole video. But yeah, moving on. So as of those that have been watching this series, you know that me and my business partner Zach, we moved out here to Colombia 2 months ago, really and truly to be able to lock in and take the business to the next level. Because back at home in London, we do not live together. Every weekend we'll travel and see each other, holding each other accountable and just putting in the work. But we just thought we could do a lot more if we spent every single day just grinding. So the purpose of this trip was to take things to the next level. And did we achieve that? Most definitely. Before we came out here, we were literally averaging 1 to 2 orders a day, if that. So barely any revenue, just scraping 4 figures revenue a month. And now we are on pace for $60,000 worth of revenue for this month, right? As we started hitting consistent 2K to 3K days in revenue. And the margins on that about anywhere between 15 to 30%. Really good progress. Technically our goal, at the end of this trip, our idealistic goal was to be able to hit 100K a month from rev. And we're still gunning for that goal, but we have still made substantial progress. And with the infrastructure that we've implemented right now, with the creative testing that we're doing, it's only a matter of time till we hit that goal. So things have gone very well. Now in this video I kind of wanted to highlight what was the most needle moving things that me and Zach did to be able to take things from 0 to 60K, right? What was the thing that catapulted us, right? And so I say really there's two things. But the first one I'll say is the most important thing, because without this you're not getting any sales, and that is your creative strategy, right? Your creative strategy process in terms of how many ads are you creating every single week, what kind of angles are you targeting, and what kind of systems you have in place to stay consistent with that, right? So I'd say that's probably the most important thing for us, that we sort of mastered and we stayed on each other's asses for since the very start. A lot of people, they'll create an ad, not even create an ad, but they'll rip ads from other people's companies and stuff like that, and expect it just because it's working for them, or just because it's working for their competitor, will work for them. It doesn't work like that in ecom. You'll figure that out very soon. I believe ripping ads will only take you so far. So from the very start, we never ripped any ads. We were just creating ourselves. And so the system that we had in place was every week we would create 3 VSLs each, right? So a total of 6 to 7 VSLs a week, and we'll post them every single Monday. And I think the main thing to highlight is well, with those 7 ads that you're creating, when you do come across a winner, some advice that I've seen from a different YouTuber that served us very well is you want to do an 80-20 split, meaning that 80% of the ads that you write want to be completely new and fresh concepts, and the other 20% are going to be iterations of the winner, right? Because what a lot of brands tend to do is when they come across a winner, they just double down on it. They double down and they just make iteration after iteration after iteration of the same thing over and over again. But eventually, that format, it will start to dry out, right? It will start to dry out. And so if you're not putting out volume in other areas, trying to unlock new angles, testing, new sort of ad campaigns, whether it's short form, long form, static, right? Using creatives, using AI, then you're going to be stuck in a pickle when that eventual angle that you've been using does slow down, right? So really and truly for me and Zach, we found an edge within the whole funnel in itself, right? From the ad to the landing page, to taking them to obviously the product page itself, and that served us very well. And so that's really and truly, it's only really one angle that's taken us from 0 to 60, but it was the constant testing that we did to be able to find that winner, right? It doesn't happen overnight, guys. Like, it literally took a month or two for us to find something that, and it just catapult overnight, like it will just catapult your revenue. So bear that in mind. And so now at the moment right now, 20% of our, every week we are like 20% of our ads that we're writing are iterations of the winner, but the other 80% we're still exploring new angles, new audiences that we're trying to get to. So that's probably the most important thing, that your system in place to be able to pump out creatives every single week. And also, like, one thing that I've seen just from the Facebook ads manager is, don't give up on an ad so quickly, just because it's not picking up or spending in the first few days. Like, our winning ad, technically, in the first week that we launched it kind of did fuck all. And normally what our rule was, after 7 days, if it doesn't really spend much, we'll just move on to the next batch. But I think we just kind of forgot about it. Like, we were just getting super busy, and then the next week it just fucking popped off. So it was a bit of luck involved, but it was a valuable lesson in itself. It's like, give things some time. Especially if the data doesn't look too bad either, right? So I'd say that's number one. I'd say the second most important thing that allowed us to catapult is our infrastructure. That was the first thing that me and Zach focused on. Like, the infrastructure we have now at like 0 revenue a month, right? We want that infrastructure to be the same as if we're doing like 7 figures a month. Like, I feel like, and I learned this in, sort of the other industry that I've been in, just sales and stuff like that. Like, I had a mentor called Kurt, and he's a big believer of just identity shift, right? Like, if you have a certain goal in mind of yourself, like how you want to be, whether it's earning 20, 30k a month, 100k a month, or just certain goals for yourself, you want to hold yourself accountable to the version that you're trying to be, not the version you are today. So everything you do on your day-to-day basis is acting how you would operate at that level, right? So for us, even though we're making no money and we're at the start of our journey, we want to operate like we're running an 8-figure business at the end of the day. And having that infrastructure in place at the start has made the process of testing creatives consistently super, super easy and efficient, right? So I think the most important thing that you have to focus on, first and foremost, is your infrastructure, because that's the man himself over here. Say what, Gonzil. But shout out to the vlog. But yeah, infrastructure is key, because at the end of the day, without the infrastructure that we had in place, it's hard to stay organized on things, and there's a lot of moving parts in a business like this, right? That being said, you have your ads you have to create, you have your funnels you have to set up, hiring creators, just a whole ton of shit, right? So if you don't have infrastructure in place to handle all of that at the start, things are going to get very messy, because if you scale quicker than you can build, then you're going to catch yourself in a difficult situation, especially if you don't even have your payment process set up, if you don't have bank accounts sorted out, right? So that was sort of our main focus. Like, if we can have that first sorted out on the front end of things, when we do come across creative, there's going to be no BS, like there's going to be no bullshit that we have to deal with, right? Because that's what can kill you. Like, if you kill that momentum as soon as you start to pick it up, that can be very detrimental for your business, right? And we've just seen that, being in the industry for a while, seeing businesses come and go. And so that's just first and foremost, like, don't get complacent. Don't think, oh yeah, this one winner has scaled me to X amount, it's gonna continue. Like, I can continue with this bootstrapped infrastructure, and this bootstrapped infrastructure can be the same infrastructure I use when I'm bringing in 8 figures a year. Like, it's not, like, it's really not. And we learned that from bigger companies and stuff like that. It's key. Like, it's you have to have your systems in place. You have to be a bit robotic when it comes to these things, like filling out your data, right? Like, everyday tracking, like how the ads are performing, every day updating your content creator sheet, right? Like, there's a ton of like Excel, Google sheets that we have that every day we're constantly updating, stay on top of things. But eventually, obviously, all that stuff will be delegated. But yeah, that's the 2 things that I'd say were the most pivotal things when it came to just scaling and taking things from 0 to pacing 60k a month now. I'm very excited for the future. I think now we're gonna go back home. I'm going back home to England for the UK, because I just have a few things that I have to sort out at home. Zach will be in Canada for a little bit, but then we'll be, in a month's time, we'll be back together Who knows? Maybe back here, maybe somewhere else, but we'll see. But another cool thing I'm gonna do, I've got to do a product photo shoot. So I'm gonna sort that out in the UK because I know some people that can help me out with that. So I'm definitely gonna vlog that day, show you guys the behind the scenes of some of the marketing. That's kind of just more like, you know, image ads and stuff like that I'm taking the shots for, just to be more professional and just have our own sort of custom, you know, just more custom content. Like, I don't really like the whole idea, like we never really rock with ripping other people's shit, to be honest. Like at the end of the day, if you're gonna run, you know, a 7-figure, 8-figure brand, like you're not gonna do that, you know, ripping somebody else's content. And you know, and even if you do get it that far, you doing that, I personally don't want to be like, that's not something that I personally be proud of, to be honest. But you know, each their own. Like, I don't judge anyone, but it's just the way that you have your own vision of how you want to do things, and you know, and don't let anyone else tell you differently. So yeah, guys, bit of a shorter video, but there was some key information I threw in there. You know, everything I know on this channel, it's like, I'm not trying to sell you anything. There's no real reasons to why I'm doing this. If anything, I'm just putting ourselves out there. But I just feel like I just want to show the reality again of like what it takes to scale a business. Do you know what? You know, before we found the winning ad and stuff, like things were a bit rough. You know, like we weren't getting many sales. Like we were doing a lot, like focusing on the infrastructure. Like we were doing a lot, and we weren't seeing much returns. And we had a ton of problems with, like, you know, the ad account as well. And so one advice I'd tell people is like, things can change like this. Just don't get too caught up in the day-to-day. Don't even get too caught up in the week-to-week. Just fucking zoom out, see where you started and see where you are, and just keep fucking going. That's pretty, you know, another good piece of advice, because it's like, first I remember Zach was saying to me like, oh, we started getting a few orders a day. He goes, by the end of this week, we're gonna hit a 1K day. I said, shit, if we do that, that's gonna be fucking orgasmic. Hit the 1K day. Then we were just like, nah, fuck that, it's a 2K day. The next week we hit a 2K day. And then the next week we almost even hit a 3K day. I think our highest is 2.8. So things can change very, very quickly. I'll show you guys, I don't have my laptop right now, but maybe in this YouTube video, I'll show you the growth on like how much revenue we were doing, you know, at the start of this month compared to the middle of this month. It's substantially much more. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I know it's a big jump. But yeah, guys, that was pretty much all for today's video. Yeah, I think the next video I'm gonna post out is probably hopefully the photo shoot. If not, maybe just another like sort of update with more alpha for you guys, what we're working on, etc. But I'm looking forward to just go back home, see the family, see friends. I do miss them, and yeah, just create some cool videos for you guys. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.